Hello, good evening, and welcome to Become a Better Man. My name is Tunde Disu, and thank you for taking the time out to be part of today's program. I appreciate your being here. I'm here, and we are ready to start. On today's program, we are starting a new series of topics. The umbrella topic or title of what we'll be looking at in the next week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks is teamwork. Teamwork. We've all completed application forms. We've all submitted CVs. We've all attended the interviews. And usually one of the questions that comes up with will be things like, are you a team player? Do you work well in a team? Or we even, before they ask, we say, one of my strengths is that I'm a team player. I work well in a team, even though I can work by myself, and blah, blah, blah. And so, sometimes when we say things like that, the question is, do we really have the full understanding of what being a team player is? My brother, Kayode Ekundayo, thank you, sir, for joining me. It's an honor. Yinka Gishebutu, appreciate you, man. When we say teamwork, I think one of the things we'll be looking at, or one of the understanding we'll be gaining from this series of program, is the difference between a team and teamwork. The difference between a team and teamwork. And even though sometimes we use them interchangeably, there is a slight difference between the two. And so that's one of the things we'll be considering in this program as we go along. Also, some of us have said, or we've heard where people say there is no I in team. Well, I would take it further and say there is no I in work either. Therefore, if there is no I in team and there is no I in work, therefore there could be no I in teamwork. What does that mean? When it comes to team or teamwork, it is none of you and all of the team. It is none of you and all of the team. One of the disciplines that teamwork teaches us, or being in a team, one of the lessons or one of the advantages that it adds to us is the ability to take our eyes off ourselves, to think of the team, to consider other people, to look at how is this going to work for everybody rather than what is the need for me. Uncle Joe Awolowo, thank you, sir. Appreciate you for being part of today's program. Rather than looking at what's in it for me, myself, and I, working in a team helps you to develop the characteristics of considering others, of taking others into your consideration, of putting others' interest before yourself. It is a cure, in my opinion, or one of the cures for selfishness is being in a team, because you realize that it is more about the whole rather than the you. And it has been said that the sum is always greater than the parts thereof. So in a team, we bring different things, we bring different strengths, we bring different knowledge, experience, and all of that. But you see, being in a team doesn't mean there's a teamwork. Being in a team means that we're collectively together doing something. But a teamwork, on the other hand, as we will see further down the line, is slightly different from that. Now, also, let me add that teamwork, again, does not necessarily mean we are all together in one room or together in one place or together holding hands and almost tied ourselves to ourselves. Teamwork goes further than that. Teamwork is not, as they say, does not mean we are all joined at the hips. It could involve random cooperation. It could involve remote collaboration. It could involve Skype or or cloud collaboration. There are different things that could be involved, and yet you can still work together as a team. So when we talk of teamwork, we're looking at not just being together in one place, but teamwork is more of creating an atmosphere where everybody is involved, where everybody is included, where everybody is contributing into one pot, to the point where you can't differentiate between what you've brought or what you've added from what I've brought and what I've added. Well, that's very true. Kaya Olukade Kundayo said there are many teams representing their countries in the FIFA World Cup right now in Russia, but the team that exploits teamwork the most will win the cup. And I couldn't agree with you more, sir. Thank you. You see, they are all together in their various national football teams. We have Nigeria there, we have England, we have Russia, we have Saudi Arabia, and all of them made up of between 23, there's a whole group of 23 of them, and 11 of them at any particular time will be on the field playing. You see, they are together. Each nation is represented by a team. But when you look at the composition of that team, you'll be amazed to see. For instance, look at the England team. You have representatives from Chelsea, from Man City, Man United, Liverpool. All of them come together. But a few weeks ago, these people were rivals. So the fact that they are together says, yes, they're a team. But the question is, are they together doing a teamwork? And that is what will differentiate who wins from who loses. I remember some years ago when Spain won the World Cup, you will see that they were not just a team. They were working together one for another. Their attack moves together, in the defense they work together, and that is the cohesiveness of everybody's contribution is what makes the team work, and that is what will eventually give the victory. So when we talk about teamwork, there are basic principles that we must bear in mind in order for us to for there to be a transition from being a member of a team to the point where that team is now producing results that will qualify them as a teamwork, as working as a team. So some of the basic principles when it comes to teamwork is that, number one, to be considered working in a team, there must be more than one person. There has to be more than one entity. Like we said at the beginning, there is no I in a team. There is no I in a team. So for there to be a teamwork, there has to be more than one person or one entity or one party to the group. Number two, there has to be mutual agreement as to what are we working on. Mutual agreement to even work together in the first place. There has to be an agreement, there has to be a consensus, there has to be a joining of ideas. Now, it might not even go as far as joining of minds, but there has to be a joining, an alignment, an agreement of ideas, of consensus, of what they are working on or what the team relates to. Then there has to be a purpose. There has to be a common goal that everybody is working towards. Again, let's use the football team as an example. 11 of them are on the field at the same time. And their common goal is to get the ball into the opponent's, inside the opponent's goal net to score a goal. Now, as far as that cause or that common goal or that common purpose is concerned, it doesn't matter who puts the ball in the net. It could be the goalkeeper, it could be the defender, a midfielder, attacker, winger, whoever. It doesn't matter. What is important is, has the ball crossed the goal line into the opponent's net? If yes, then That's the common goal that everybody is working towards. Also, in a teamwork, one of the ethics or one of the dictates of a teamwork is that there has to be mutual respect for all the members of the team. There has to be freedom of expression. People should be able to express themselves. And we've seen where there's one of the things you will see in a team that you won't see in a teamwork is that things will happen, and within the team they'll start fighting one another, they'll start quarreling with each other. But when it's a teamwork, everybody covers everybody's fault and promote everybody's strength. And that is again one of the differences between a team and a teamwork. A teamwork is an avenue where weaknesses are exchanged for strength. You bring your weaknesses, I bring my strength. My strength rubs off on your weakness, and your weakness is eliminated, and vice versa. That is what makes a team to work. And that is why, for instance, the goalkeeper is the only person, for instance, in football that is allowed to touch the ball within a specified area. Any other member that touches the ball anywhere else on the field is judged a foul. But does that mean the goalkeeper can't kick the ball? Does that mean the goalkeeper can't head the ball just like everybody else? No, he can do that. But then there is a specific task, there's a specific assignment that is assigned to the goalkeeper that is not extended to others. Now, does that mean the goalkeeper is less than all the others? No. He has its own role, its own place to play. Also, in a teamwork, there's equal level of responsibilities and equal level of obligations. Everybody bring different things into the pot. We all bring different gifts and different strength, different experience and know-how and knowledge and wisdom, whatever, into the pot. But ultimately, at the end, the responsibilities are shared equally, just as the obligations are equally shared by everybody. So when you look at some of these basic principles of a teamwork, immediately you start to give you the idea of, if these are the things that will make a team to work, and I am considered, or I have described myself as a team worker, as a team player, as somebody that functions within a team, do I have some of these traits? Can I develop some of these traits? What is required of me? How can I go about getting this trait into myself, into my being, into my attitude, character, my view of things, how I relate, how I touch, how I contract and connect with others. So these are some of the things that we'll be looking at in the course of these coming weeks, because ultimately, remember, this platform is put together to give us the leverage to become better at who we are and what we do. And one of the things that will give you the heads up in any field that you are involved in any work situation, in any community, in any society, is your ability to relate one with other people. The ability to connect, the ability to work together, to interact and interface with other people will take you to places where your strength and yourself by yourself can never take yourself. A team is when individual strengths and skills are combined in the pursuit of a common goal, like we've said, using the football team as an example. A team is the combination of individual strength, which is then shared which is shared in the performance of a particular task towards achieving a common goal. A teamwork, however, is people working together cohesively. Now, these are some of the minute differences between a team and teamwork, and yet they make all the difference between the two. Teamwork is people, group of people, or number of people working together cohesively in an atmosphere of mutual support and trust with good intergroup relations. So, what are we saying? For it to translate from being a team to a good teamwork, there has to be cohesiveness, there has to be togetherness, there has to be unity of mind, there has to be a sense of we are pulling in the same direction, we are working on the same task. It's not about you showing your skills, showing your ability, displaying your dribbling skills just to promote your own self that will make this work. It is when we all work together cohesively, where you are supposed to dribble, but you recognize and realize your teammate is in a better position to score the goal. Instead of you displaying your dribbling skill, you pass the ball to the person to score the goal. Now you have sacrificed your personal elevation or your personal pride and show off to the betterment of the team. So it is a group of people working together cohesively in an atmosphere of mutual support where everybody is defending, everybody is attacking, everybody is working together, and that is based on trust. Again, in a team, everybody brings different things, different strengths, different abilities, different capabilities, different knowledge, experience, and all of that. But yet we trust one another enough for us to know that instead of me thinking of your weaknesses, I can entrust you with this task, with this part of the assignment for you to deliver. Because number one, I trust you. There is enough support around us to get the job done. Teamwork is where each other's strengths are valued. Everybody has something that they contribute, that they bring to the table, that they add to the flavor. Everybody is an ingredient that is added to this pot to make this a sweet, tasty soup. And so the strength that everybody brings is valued, but it is not valued higher than the common interest and the common goal of the whole team. So everybody brings their strengths are valued, and there is a sense of there is an increment in the maturity that is fostered within the relationship. When you respect me and I respect you, when you respect what I contribute and I respect what you bring to the table, suddenly you find that the maturity level of that team, of that group, will start to increase. The interpersonal relationships will start to expand and blossom in a teamwork environment. Teamwork is where people are free to disagree constructively. There's a proverb in Yoruba that says if two siblings goes into a room for a heart-to-heart discussion and they both come out laughing, then somebody is lying to somebody. It does not mean they have to go in and fight, no, but it means they have to go in and say the truth and have a point, if need be, a point of disagreement, but yet there is a constructiveness in the way the disagreement is brought to the table, in the way it is handled, in the way it is understood, in the way it is accepted. So teamwork is where people they have the freedom to disagree. In fact, if two people are exactly the same thing, one of them is irrelevant, one of them is unnecessary, one of them is not required in the team. But where two people can come together and have difference of opinions and have the freedom to constructively air the opinions without the fear of being misunderstood or being labeled or being condemned or being shouted down, then we have a team at work. Teamwork is where both support and challenge are of equal weight. We will give you enough support to do what you have to do to deliver on your deliverables, to maximize your strength. But we will also challenge you to push beyond your comfort limit, to push beyond your to push beyond just doing the bare minimum. We will force you to grow. We will force you to expand, to enlarge your place, to develop a broader view on things. Those are some of the things that you will see within the concept or an atmosphere of a teamwork. Teamwork ultimately is a product of attitude. Teamwork is a subject, it's a product, it's a manifestation, it's a demonstration of attitude. What I mean by that is it's a demonstration of what are the things that you as a person value, that you now have to bring to the table and share with us. And that demonstration of your value for those things will be expressed in how you behave, in how you talk, in how you relate, in how you connect, in how you respect other people. So teamwork ultimately is a subject, it's a product of attitude. The attitude of what you value and how you share that value with others within the team. I hope this is helping somebody, because no man is an island. None of us can exist on and by ourselves. We need other people around us. We need other connections. We need the input of other people so that our output can become the input for other people. No man is an island. And it's been said that there is nothing good that will happen in your life and in my life outside of the relationship that we are involved with, outside of the contacts and the connections and the interactions that we have with other people around us. If it is that important, it then requires us to do whatever it takes, whatever is required, whatever is needed for us to, number one, put the best on the table and expect the best to come back to us. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the power of teamwork. We've all heard the statement or the word esprit de corps, which is a French word, which simply means we are together in one spirit. We are together in this journey. We are together one another. Teamwork it talks about the spirit of a group that makes the members want to succeed. Not individual success, but the corporate entity must succeed, must prevail, must survive, must overcome. When that is the bond that holds everybody together, now you have teamwork in display. There is usually a sense of unity and enthusiasm that is shared among all the people in their interests and also in their responsibilities. All this put together is what makes teamwork work. So when next you say to the interview panel that I am a very good team player, I work well in a team, these are some of the things you must ask yourself. These are some of the things you must check within yourself before you can proclaim to be a good team player. Again, like I said, None of us can live and survive and exist in vacuum. Even if they put you on the island of Patmos, where it is just you and the island, there are things within that island, there are things in your environment, in your surroundings, that unless you connect with them, unless you relate to them, unless you rub with them, you will still not survive. So it is important for all of us, if we want to be better at who we are, if our goal and our mission is to be better at what we are and how we are and what we do, to excel and exhibit the greatness that lies within us, we must learn and cultivate the benefits, the skills, the characteristics that is required as a team player for you to be able to function within the confine or the concept of working in a team. Quickly, let's look at what are some of the characteristics of a team worker. What are some of the characteristics of a team worker? Again, as we go through these characteristics, I want you to start thinking about yourself. Start checking yourself. Start looking inward to see, do I have this trait? Do I possess this quality? Is this something I need to strive after? Is this something I need to bring on board? Have you noticed that there are some people, irrespective of what group or team you put there, they just don't function? There is always something wrong with the team or with somebody in the team, and yet there are some people, you could put them in the middle of the most wicked and obnoxious and whatever you call them, and they'll still be smiling because they are just fun to be around. And over time, I don't care how terrible the people are, over time, they become the glue that holds the whole team together. And before you know it, their ability to relate will become contagious and will start rubbing off on the so-called bad and terrible people. And before you know it, everybody in that team has imbibed the spirit of working as a team, of relating one with another, of benefiting from what everybody contributes, but more than that, of the commitment and the willingness to put something on the table so that others can benefit from their own contribution as well. So what are some of the characteristics of a team worker? Somebody that will say, hand on heart, I am a great team player. What are some of the characteristics that you must possess? You must possess, you must exhibit or display positive attitudes and positive behaviors. Things like, one, there has to be the element or the characteristics of trust in your colleagues to deliver what they promise. You have to trust that they are going to deliver. You know the old saying in law, everybody is innocent until they are proven guilty. Unfortunately, the society that we live in now has turned it the other way. Everybody is guilty until until they prove themselves to be innocent. But when it comes to some of the characteristics that you must possess or develop to be a good team player, is the ability to trust your colleagues, to trust other members of the team that they will deliver in what they have promised or what has been assigned to them. How can I say this? Leave aside, don't start from a judgmental point and then reel yourself back No, start from a point of acceptance, a point of openness, a point of trust, a point of believing. Give the other person the benefit of a doubt until they prove otherwise. Somebody said to me, Tunde, why is it that you just, when people tell you something, you believe them? I said, well, I have no reason not to believe until they tell me not to believe, until they prove from their attitude, from their actions, from their commitment, from everything that I should not believe what they're saying. No, I'll believe you. I believe you. And when you ask most of my friends, they will tell you, yes, when you said to me, this is what it is, I believe you. Now, if it turns out not to be so, I'm not going to come with a wooden stick to whack you in the head. Again, there must be a reason why it's not so. But when it becomes a pattern, now you have given me a reason to think twice before I say, I believe you. Now you have given me a reason to doubt what you're saying. But until that pattern is established, I believe you. I trust you as a friend, as a colleague, as a team member, as a partner, as somebody that we're working together. I trust you that you will deliver in what you have promised or what has been commissioned to you. Another characteristic of being a team worker is that you must have the willingness to help others when they need help. We all know in parts. Our strengths and our capacities are different in various levels. Our knowledge and wisdom is not the same. So from every now and again, you will have somebody in the team that constantly needs help. From time to time, people will need your help. And you must be able to come alongside them, not from a judgmental point of view. Even if it's something that you've shown that person 2-3 times. Don't come and say, what's wrong with you? I've shown you this thing for the past two months. You should get on with it and don't bother me. You see, when you do that, yes, you may think you have, or maybe you even have the right to say that because you've shown this person, you've helped this person, you've encouraged this person. But you see, you only know this person to the degree to which you are working together. You don't know other things that are encompassing, that are compressing and putting pressure on that person's life, that may be affecting their ability to assimilate or understand what you're saying. And the fact that a team member will come to you to ask for help, it's an honor, it's a privilege, and you must not walk over them in the name of being self-righteous. So another characteristic of a team worker, a great team worker, is that you must be willing to help others when they need your help. Another characteristic is we all see things differently. 4 people can look at the same thing and see 4 different things. It's the same object, it's the same situation, it's the same circumstance, it's the same challenge, and 4 people will look at it and come up with 4 different perspectives of what they are saying, even though it's the same thing. But one of the characteristics of a good team player is to be able to share a common vision, to be able to share a common perspective, by respecting what the others have seen, by understanding that there's a saying in Yoruba that whatever faces you has by default turned its back on somebody else or on the other person. If I'm looking at you, it means somebody else is looking at my back and somebody else is looking at your back. So just because the 4 of us are looking at the same thing does not mean we're seeing the same thing. Because number one, we are looking at it from different angles, from different perspectives, from different experiences, from different knowledges, from different background, from different things. So we're going to see different things. I remember some years ago, there was this picture on, I think it was either Facebook or WhatsApp, and they were asking, is this a blue color or a black color? And that thing went around the world, and everybody were giving their different opinions. No, it's not blue, it's black. No, it's not black, it's blue. At the end of the day, it doesn't make a big difference whether it's blue or black. But because we're all seeing from different perspectives. So one of the characteristics of a good team player is to understand that people will see things differently. But as much as possible, let us share a common vision of where we're going. Another characteristic is you must have a positive attitude. A positive attitude. There is nothing more sour in a team. There is nothing more energy sapping in a team than somebody that always have a negative thing to see, to say, to add, to contribute. Yes, but. Oh, yes, I understand that, and that is very correct. But, and when you find people that all they can bring is the but. Now, there's nothing wrong in expressing different views and saying things differently. The challenge is when all that you can see in anything and everything is the downside, the negative, oh, it's not going to work. Oh, that will never work. Oh, you can never do it that way. It drains energy and it shatters the confidence of others within the team. So as a team worker, yes, I'm not saying always just nod your head and say yes to everything. No, but don't come at everything from a negative perspective. Have a positive attitude and positive outlook to things. And then you can then grow into where you say, look, this is great. We can definitely do this. But we may need to add this to it, not a but. Oh, but it's not going to work. No, there could be a but it means we can add to this. We can do it this way. We can shape it that way. And that is one of the things every team is looking for in their members. Another great characteristic of a good and a great team worker is that you must have the ability to listen, an active listening capacity. I did a program last year where we looked at the difference between listening and hearing. You see, mostly we think because I'm hearing you, then it means I'm listening to you. No, hearing is a natural occurrence. If your eardrums or your ear mechanism is fine, nothing is wrong with it, or if you were hearing it, yes, you can hear. Yes, you will hear sound, you will hear people, you will hear vibration. But listening is a conscious decision that you make. It's a deliberate attempt, not just to hear, but to digest, to assimilate, to understand not just what is being said, but why it is being said, how it is being said. And that is listening. So in order for you to be a great team worker or team player, you have to develop the characteristic of being an active listener. You must be able to listen not just to the word, but to the mind and the soul, the expression, the how and the what that is behind what is being said. Another characteristic that you must develop is give one another the benefit of the doubt. No assumptions, no suspicions, no, no. Give one another the benefit of the doubt. Now you may think, well, if only you have done it last night when we told you, this will not be happening now. That may be true. But what you might not know is that that last night that you were asking John to do those things, maybe his child is in the hospital. Maybe his wife is in labor. Maybe he just cannot physically do it last night. You must give one another the benefit of the doubt. Another characteristic that you must develop to be a great team player is that there must be a consensus building, the ability to build consensus, to build agreement, to come to a point of unity via open communication. Open communication is where you say what is on your mind. You air your view without fear or being intimidated. Oh, what if I say it wrong? Or what if they think I'm just the most stupid person? How could I even come up with the idea? No. A good team player will speak openly and communicate their vision, their mind, their opinion, their views, and everything openly towards building or coming to a point where everybody will agree. Now, does that mean everybody will agree to everything? No. But when we put everything on the table and we mix it up together and shake it together, then the real result will come to the surface. But if you withhold your view because you don't want to be misunderstood or misinterpreted, you are doing a great disservice to the team that you're supposed to be in. Another characteristic that you must develop, and this is very, very important in every team, in every relationship, this next one is crucial. Effective conflict resolution. You have to learn and cultivate and imbibe the ability to resolve conflict amicably and effectively. Don't sweep anything under the carpet. Don't push it down the road. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. No. By the time you get there, the bridge could have been washed away by the erosion because you did not resolve it. You have to learn how to resolve conflict effectively. You see, there is no way 2, 3, 4 people will be together and there won't be difference of opinions or difference of views or difference of ideas. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as we can see eye to eye, as long as we can put everything on the table and not hold back and not be judgmental, but resolve to come to an agreement. And along the line, there will be conflict. There will be difference of opinion. There will be shouting and screaming and whatever else you do. But at the end of the day, when all is said and done, there has to be an ability. You must have within you the ability to say, do you know what? Yes, we disagree, but the goal of the team is more important. Therefore, let's find a common ground where we can agree and move forward in what we're doing. Oh wow, where's time gone? Please let me hear what you think of what we've said so far. Do you think this is something that you can relate to or that is pertinent to you, or something you think, yeah, I agree with you on that one, but I'm not too sure about this one? Whatever it is, let me hear from you. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you're thinking about what we're talking about. So quickly, having looked at those characteristics, what are some of the qualities of a good team, a great team player? The qualities, which is similar to what we've looked at, except that there are some variances between what you need to learn and what you actually have to have and bring to the table. The first one is for you to be considered. See, the one we've looked at is what you need to do for yourself, what you need to do to yourself, what you need to develop within you to be a team player. That is your responsibility. That is on your shoulders. But this one that we're looking at is, what are the things that people will see in you, that people will know about you, that people will recognize of you and describe you as a great team player? What are those qualities that you must exhibit, that people must see in you, not because you are showing them off, but because that is just your nature, that is who you are. Somebody said the reputation is what people say you are, character is who you really are. What are some of the qualities that people will have seen and perceive and encounter and experience in you and with you and from you for them to describe you as a great team player? The first one is reliability. You have to be reliable. You must be reliable. It is pertinent that you are reliable. A great team player is always is reliable. Not just sometimes, but all the time, most of the time, nearly all the time, they are reliable. You can count on them to get the job done. You can rely on them totally to deliver on the deadlines that you've given them or they've set for themselves. A good team player is somebody that you know, come rain, come high water, they will keep their words. What they said they will do, what they say it is what it is. Their work, the quality of the work that they will deliver is always consistent of the highest quality. Another expression of your reliability within a team is that you are organized. You know how to follow through and how to follow up. Because there's a difference between following through and following up. You have to be able to demonstrate the element of being somebody who is well organized and somebody who can follow through on an assignment and follow up on the delegation. So the first quality that you must be able to demonstrate for people to ascribe to you as a great team player is that you have to be very reliable. We all have friends where they say, oh, John will do it. It's like, yeah, next year. Oh, yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. Are you serious? You want John to do that? Please give me. Sorry if you are John, I'm not picking on you. I'm just using John as an example. But a great team player is somebody that others relate to or refers to or recognize and ascribe and describe as a reliable person. Another quality that you have to have exhibited for people to regard you as a great team player is that you must be able to communicate with confidence. You must be able to air your opinion and deliver your mind, your view, your opinion, your the way you see it, the way you feel about it. You must be able to communicate it with confidence. Clearly, effectively, communicate everything in such a way that the people listening don't have to go home and start thinking, what was he trying, what was the point of that? No, your communication has to be done clearly, has to be effective, and has to be delivered with great confidence. You have to communicate constructively and respectively so that people can hear you. People will listen when you are talking because they know what you are saying are facts. They are clear, they are concise, and you are saying them with with a sense of assurance. By the way you say it, people are assured the confidence is built in them just by listening to you. For me, one of the great leaders of this country that I have had the privilege and the honor of just listening to and hearing from is Tony Blair. The way he packages and articulates and deliver, you know this man is just, you like want to believe everything and anything he says. But some people they talk and you are like, oh, what on earth? So the ability to communicate with confidence is one of the great characteristics or one of the great qualities that a team player brings to the table. You communicate your idea honestly, you communicate it clearly, and even in the midst of doing that, you are respecting the views and opinions of other people, not trashing and walking all over them. So you have to be able to communicate with confidence. And one of the things that will make people communicate with confidence is because they have their facts. They know their stuff. They've done their homework. They've considered all options. They've distilled it down to the basic truth. And once you have that, you'll be able to deliver confidently. Another quality of a great team player is that you have the ability to adapt to changes quickly and easily. You are not the one that everybody will have to twist and put on the carpet and give a neck lock and beat over the head and pamper and whatever before you can adapt to change. No. Change is one thing that is permanent in life. Change and time are the two most potent forces in life. You can't do without them. You have to learn to work with them. You have to embrace them and use them and keep them with you. So, as a great team player, you must be able, people must have seen in you that you have the quality of adapting quickly and easily to changes around you. You don't passively sit on the sideline and hoping things will change one day. No, rather you grab the bulls by the horns and you go with what the change of the situation is. Why some people are analyzing and turning analysis into paralysis, you've already taken the whole thing by the head and shake it together, and you've adjusted what you need to adjust, you've considered what you need to consider, you've made the necessary changes, and you are on the move. When people see that, they want to relate to you, they want to be with you, they want you in their team, they want to hang out with you. That's another quality that you must possess. A great team player is not the type of person that is easily stressed, is always complaining, oh, do we have to do that again? Why did we think about that before? Why did nobody mention that? Well, we should have done this. And on they complain, they whinge, they grumble, and all of that. No. A great team player, okay, there is change, right? Let's ride it. Let's take it on. Let's go for it. You adapt quickly and you adapt easily to changes, then you are a good team player. And people would like to be for you to be part of their team, to work with you and relate to you. Another quality of a great team player is that you display genuine commitment to the cause or to the goal of the team. You take time to make positive contribution and develop positive relationships with other members around you, with other team members. You don't prioritize yourself above the team. No, you place the team first. You work for the team. You do it for the team. You display genuine commitment to the goal and the assignment of the team. There's passion in what you do, a passion in what you say, passion in how you relate, passion in everything about you, and it becomes contagious that people around you can't help but become passionate. Every time you are together with the team, there is the commitment to give it everything, to pour yourself into it and give it your best shot. Does that mean you will get the best result all the time? No. But what you don't want to do is to go home and start thinking, oh, I wish I'd done better. I wish I'd given it my best. I wish I'd... No, it's not. Instead, deliver yourself from later regret. Do it right. Do it well. Do it concisely now. Give it your best shot. And as you do that, people will have no choice. People will always want to be with you, want to hang around with you, want to relate with you, because they know what you bring to the team. And finally, another quality of a great team player is that they always do more than is expected and more than is required. They will always go beyond the call of duty. They are not the type that will sit down in the evening and be looking at, okay, it is, all right, that's 5 minutes to 5. Right, let's close. And they start packing down. No. If you need to go at 5, please go. I'm not saying you shouldn't leave work at 5. But don't be the first one every day out of the door. Once it is 2 minutes to 5, you're already out. Well, you're paid to work till 5. Work, not start shutting down at 5 minutes to 5. But a great team player will always go beyond the call of duty. While getting the work done, they will put in their best. They will do whatever it takes to get it done. They will go to any length. They will pull everything within their means to get that job done. They will take risks, calculated risks. They will go outside of their comfort zone. They will commit beyond what is expected, what is required. Whatever it takes to get this job, to get the solution, to deliver on the assignment, a great team player will give it. To be a great team player, you just need to be an active participant and do more than your job title states or your job requirement dictates. Put the team's objective above your personal objective. Take initiatives to get things done without waiting to be asked or being told. When you do that, when you bring all of this together, you will build positive perception. You will gain more visibility among the team, and you will become influential and become a connector to get the job done. And guess what? People will know it. People will recognize it. People will appreciate it. But most importantly, they will reward it. They will reward it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have. Oh, we did well today, exactly on the dot. Well, we're working on it. But thank you so much. It's been wonderful to start this series of titles that we're starting today, talking about teamwork. Teamwork. We need one another. We need each other. We are incomplete without the other people in our lives and in our sphere of influence and in our contact circle. We need one another, not just physically, but in other realms, we need one another. And as we do that, as we pull together, as we challenge one another, as we support one another and encourage one another and give all of ourselves to the goal of the team, we will become unstoppable. We will become unstoppable. We will go to heights and reach the levels that we never even thought about or dreamt about. Because now it is not just me doing it with my own strength, it is the collective strength of everybody pulling together in the same direction. I hope you've heard something tonight that has been a blessing to you, that has added values to you, that has challenged you to do your best and be the best of who you can be. Because ultimately, that is what this is all about. Becoming a better you, becoming a better man, becoming a better woman, and together making this world a better place for all of us and generations yet unborn. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of today's program. I have enjoyed it, and I hope you have as well. I have learned, and I hope you have as well. I am making a commitment to become better, to go further, to develop better and excellent relationships around and about the people that are in my sphere of contact. And I hope you are making that same decision. So until we meet again next week, as we dig deeper into this topic, remember, we're not quitters. We are winners. We must reach our goal. We must attain our promises. We must lay hold of our inheritance. We must arrive at our promised land. There is a goal that is set before us. And we are not going to give up. We will not quit on ourselves. We must and we will achieve our purposes in life as we strive and continue on this journey of discovery, on this journey of becoming better men and better women. And until we meet next week, this is Tunde. This is saying, God bless you. Thank you for your time. Please share this program and let others benefit from it. And I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye. God bless.